We're looking at TikTok. We may be banning TikTok. We may be doing some other things. There are a couple of options, but a lot of things are happening.
For TikTok stars like Sarah Cooper, a ban might mean switching to other social media or losing a platform entirely.
Wait, you're not a liberal? You're conservative? All of y'all are racist. I'm a Trump supporter. Keep America great.
Christian Walker is part of the Republican Hype House, a 20-person group with 800,000 followers and millions of likes. He's making a name for himself and was even retweeted by one President Trump. Describe what TikTok means for you as a creative outlet.
Good question. I think it is the new app of Gen Z. It's the next generation app. When I feel they're being indoctrinated by the left and by the other side, it's really helpful, and it's really helpful in kind of getting the message out for the younger generation.
What did you think when you heard that there may be a ban in the United States on TikTok?
I wasn't surprised. TikTok's owned by ByteDance, Zhejiaodong, and all of the Chinese companies. It's a Chinese company based in Beijing. They all have to have a Dangzhibu, which is a party group, and it's connected to the Chinese Communist Party. I'm so grateful that Trump's trying to make a business deal rather than just banning it immediately. But, if that's what has to happen, then I'm glad American citizens are being protected.
Many in the government agree. Earlier this year, the Pentagon issued a stark warning to military personnel about TikTok, and the Army and Marine Corps banned it. Then the House passed legislation that would make it illegal for federal employees to download the app on government devices. Colorado Congressman Ken Buck was the sponsor.
The Chinese Communist Party is using TikTok to collect massive amounts of data from American citizens and our government that could be used in a cyber attack against our republic.
Do you think that Americans, kids in America, the 100 million Americans who use TikTok, should be using it right now?
I don't think they should. And I think oftentimes we leave those decisions up to individuals. And as a conservative, I don't like seeing government walk in and say, this is prohibited activity. But I think when a foreign government is using it for espionage purposes, that's the importance of preventing that, in my view, is greater than the luxury of having an app like that in America.
Why do you think the president cares about this and is interested in this? There have been some theories that have been floated that he is shutting down TikTok because of what happened with the Tulsa, Oklahoma rally, that a bunch of TikTok kids signed up and took spaces in that rally. There's that woman, Sarah Cooper, who's the comedian who mocks the president using TikTok. Do you think that's related to why he wants to ban it?
I think this president has thicker skin than anybody I've ever seen in politics or in any other area of the world. But this president is constantly criticized, and whether someone uses TikTok or goes on cable TV, I don't think he has concerns about that. I think this is a very legitimate espionage concern.
How do we know that the Chinese government is taking the data from TikTok and collecting it?
Because every Chinese company has an obligation to report to the Chinese Communist Party and to the Chinese intelligence agencies what they learn.
Some tech experts are skeptical that using TikTok makes users or the U.S. government uniquely vulnerable. Jason Kobler covers TikTok for Vice's Motherboard. He says the issue's more nuanced than lawmakers or the president are making it out to be. So how concerned should Americans be that the Chinese and the Chinese Communist Party might be actually using their data against them?
I think the risk is very low. Honestly, I think that the Trump administration is using TikTok as a lever of power to pull in this ongoing battle between the United States and China. How
could your data be used maliciously against you, against a person in a cyber attack?
I think the 2016 election gives us a blueprint for how this stuff could be used against you. I guess what I would say is that the risk with TikTok is not inherently worse than the risk with Facebook, because we've seen Facebook get manipulated over and over again, and that Facebook is an American company. So the fact that TikTok is a Chinese company doesn't necessarily make it more vulnerable. It's just as vulnerable as Facebook. There's an element here of Silicon Valley wanting to protect itself and of the US government wanting to protect American companies by using this sort of, anti-China sentiment to potentially ban it.
Recently, Microsoft said it's going to try to buy TikTok, which would make Trump happy. And his August 6th executive order puts pressure on the app to sell to an American company. But there's another catch. Trump wants the federal government to get a piece of the action. What authority does the president have to ask for that?
I think the president is especially good at saying things that are top of mind that then have to be put into some context. And I don't know what the context is here. I don't know what the legal authority is for the federal government to charge a finder's fee, but it's certainly something that gets people talking.